This week, you're going to be doing classroom observations. Now, ideally, I would have you physically in a classroom, but I know that this is an online class, so that is a bit of a challenge. So what we're going to do is the next best thing. I'm going to have you watch 3 different videos from elementary, middle school, and high school. Just keep in the back of your mind, if you remember back when you were in school, if somebody brought a camera in the classroom or if they were recording, of course students are going to act differently than they do on a day-to-day basis. But again, this is the next best thing. I would encourage you to go out on your own and actually go into a classroom and observe. Go ahead and start doing that now. I will say though, different schools have different protocols in place in terms of people coming into the classroom. So you may have to do a background check. You may have to have, a vaccination record. You may have to have specific training. But I do think it's worthwhile. If you even want to take it a step further, there is a course here at the college called Effective Teacher Training that you can take, and then you can do the substitute orientation and actually become a substitute teacher. This is such a great way to gain experience. You can make some money, you get to build your own schedule, and this is something that you can put on a resume. So why even observe? So why should you go out in classrooms either to observe, be a substitute teacher, or you can volunteer in the classroom? First and foremost, you get to see theory put into practice. So right now as a college student, you are learning all about these different teaching strategies and theories. Until you actually see it put into practice, it's really hard to understand what it's going to look like in the classroom. Also, exposure to different classroom management styles and techniques. When I was in the College of Education, I had to observe 10 different teachers, and I can tell you much of what I did my first year as a teacher came from what I observed from those classrooms. So different strategies, different, classroom setups. There were some classrooms, honestly, I went into and I was like, ooh, like I don't want to do that. So you may pick up both the positives and the negatives. Observing gives you a chance to see different grade levels and different student populations. It can really help you as a pre-service teacher define what grade level it is you want to teach, and even where you want to teach, what type of school you do want to teach in. It can really bring you awareness of the needs of diverse learners and also how teachers diversify or differentiate their lessons to meet the needs of those diverse learners. It can refine your teaching philosophy. So like I said, some of you have these ideas of who you want to be as a teacher, and they are amazing ideas, but then when you see other people doing different things, you may want to refine your teaching philosophy and how you want to be as a teacher. And then finally, it can help you with networking and mentorship. It truly takes a village in the field of education. So the more teachers you meet, the more principals you meet, the more connections you can make, the more resources you're going to have in the future when you get your own classroom. With that being said, let's take a look at what these classroom observations are going to look like for this week's assignment. So this is your only assignment for this week, is the classroom observation report. I do want you to keep in mind that this is 10% of your grade, so make sure you complete this fully and put effort into it. I want to mention that right here below this video, you have the 3 videos that you're going to watch as part of the observation. So I tried to pick videos from different grade levels so you can see a spectrum. You've got the elementary school classroom, middle school classroom, and high school classroom. So those 3 are posted here. For the actual assignment, so this is the form that you're going to be filling out here. I'm going to give you the rubric on the first page for the assignment, and then you can see on the next 3 pages, the form is the same. So you've got your form for your elementary school classroom. You're going to be looking for teaching strategies, classroom management, student engagement, and then a reflection at the end. So this same form is going to be filled out for all 3 videos. It's very hard to find a video of a full teaching demonstration, or like from a video from as soon as the students walk in to when they leave. I will say the elementary school classroom one is probably the longest. That's about an hour. But the middle school and the high school classrooms, they're about 20 to 30 minutes. So it's basically a snapshot. So some of these questions, it may be difficult to observe since it's not a full class setting, but I would just encourage you to do your best. I think the majority of the questions you're going to be able to fully answer. I would encourage you to have this form out while you are observing the videos and just take notes as you go. You're probably not going to be able to write in full sentences as you're observing the videos, but something that I did when I did my classroom observations, I had to do a similar report when I was in the college of education. So when I would go in the classroom, I would review the report first so I know what it is I'm looking for. And then when I actually did the observation, I just went in and made notes, and then I went back to the form later and typed up my observation from there. So I would encourage you to do the same. If you have questions about the form itself or about the videos that you are watching or about the rubric, please just let me know.